letting you know it's that time of year, March Madness, man. NCAA tournament. It's that time of year, man. One shining moment. You definitely know it's going to be one of them years. It's going to be wide open. You know, you got your first 4 seeds. They already picked them. You got Duke, Carolina, Virginia, Gonzaga. Third time. It's the first time, well, I don't have to say the first, but one of the rare times in history, you got 3 teams that's actually representing one conference, the ACC, and it's the Duke Blue Devils, man. Number 1 team finished at the end of the year at the AP poll. They're doing big things right now. Zion Williamson, you know, he's one of them players that comes along every blue moon, man. He's doing it all. 6'7", 6'8", dribbling, dunking. You know, he had a rare scare earlier in the year. You know, sat down a few games, but now he's the talk of the tournament. You got Duke and everybody excited about watching this and thinking they can win it all. They one of the favorites right now. You know, I got a special guest in the building today. Got my man L.Smedley in here with me. Call him Smed. Big Duke fan in here. He's going to come join us for today's podcast. Talk about some of the NCAA tournament, baseball talk. We got the NFL free agency frenzy going on. Talk a little bit about that. Some trades as well. NBA news. Also a little bit of boxing. And a little bit of baseball for those who don't know that, you know, money talks. So we're going to talk a little bit about all that good stuff here today. Smed, how you feeling today, man? Tell me about this Blue Devils, man. How you feel about their chances of winning it all, man, this year?
Hey, man, what's good, everybody? My man B-Dub, we in the building, man. This is just plain and simple, flat out, man. Like, if you ain't been watching college basketball, you got to know, man. Duke got Zion. He's your new one and done. He's this year's Anthony Davis, once in a lifetime, can't miss prospect that's coming out that looks like he could take them to the promised land like AD did with Kentucky some years back, about 7 seasons back, with that squad with him and Kid Gilchrist. They got other lottery picks, R.J. Barrett, of course, who kind of gets forgotten because of the fact that Zion is so dominant, and Cam Reddish, who's extremely inconsistent, but has all the skills to be an elite player on the next level. Duke has problems shooting the 3-ball. Trey Jones is a legit on-ball defender, but his jump shot is flat as my feet. You don't have a lot of depth, especially with Marquise Bolden going down. Hoping he back in the second week of the tournament so you can have another big body down there in the paint so that they can bang. But ultimately, I think it's Duke's to lose this year. Do they have legitimate contenders? Yes. Can't sleep on Carolina. Veteran laden. They've been there before in terms of the team has continuity. Got a senior leadership with Luke May. Cam Johnson's a stud. Kobe White, the freshman, is a big-time player. Can't sleep on Williams, a great defender. Then, of course, you move along. You got UVA, who consistently is always 27, 28 wins to the good, but always falls flat on their face. So we'll see what they end up doing this year. They're going to take the next step. They got a couple pros on their team, Kyle Guy, Ty Jerome, DeAndre Hunter, and a great coach and Tony Bennett, who slows that game down. You also got the Wildcats. You know, Calipari going to keep him something in the chamber. They got Amar with P.J. Washington and Travis Reed. They can play. It's all about if they get good point guard play and if they can knock down the 3. That's really been their Achilles heel all year long. Don't sleep on Florida State. They got a lot of talent, athletic. Mutombo's nephew's down there. He can hoop. Leonard Hamilton had them in Elite 8 last year. This year, can they take the next step? Dark horses, 2 to look out for. One is Murray State with Ja Morant, who'll probably be the number 2 or number 3 player in the tournament in the draft this year. He can maybe go on one of them Steph Curry runs like he did with Davidson a few years back. He got all the skills. Westbrook 2.0, athletic, leading the country in assists at 10 assists a game, 25 points a game, 5 boards. Give you everything. Don't sleep on them, and don't sleep on them boys out of Buffalo. people haven't been talking about them, but they done went to the tournament the last couple years. They made a Sweet 16 run last year, senior laden, battle tested. Don't be surprised if you see either one or both of those teams in the Sweet 16.
Yes, indeedy. My man Smed broke it down for you, the NCAA tournament, SPC's finals, man. He's going to come to you throughout the year, keeping you updated on some insider news, excellent mind on basketball, baseball, well-rounded cat, man. That's my man Smed right there. He's going to be peeking his head in throughout the show, man, just giving you some updates. I definitely feel like he was talking about upsets is one of the things that we enjoy about the tournament. You got the Terps taking on Belmont or Temple. That could be a legitimate upset special right there. Keep your eye on that. I'm not hating on the Terps, but that's one of those areas that you have to keep an eye on. They're in Jacksonville, Florida, in the eastern region. You also got Duke right there, like he was talking about. Who's the strength of that? LSU's over there, too. I'm sorry, that's Louisville. You got Louisville, and you also got a team like Gonzaga you got to keep your eye on. They're the number one seed out there in the West. They got a bunch of teams like Syracuse, Marquette, Murray State, as he mentioned, Florida State, Buffalo, Nevada, and don't forget about Michigan, man. They definitely got a team that could be reckoned with, coaches that just know how to get it done. Can't forget about Izzo and them boys. Wisconsin's making some noise over there from the Big Ten. You just got to keep your eye on a whole bunch of teams, man. UNC, man, the Tar Heels surprised a lot of people quietly. They don't have their normal star like they normally do, but they just got a bunch of guys that's out there balling. So you just got to keep your eye on a bunch of stars. Auburn is a team that I like. Keep your eye on those teams. And, once again, like I said, Jay Wright is one of my favorite coaches, So you got to keep an eye on Villanova. And, that's my hometown. So I'm always giving a little love to Villanova. And unfortunately, my Hoyas, man, my favorite squad did not make it once again. They'll be playing in the NIT tournament this year, not invited tournament. I'm going to keep an eye on them. They're down McDonough, actually Wednesday. They'll be playing at 7 o'clock. Also want to give a shout-out to Nebraska Cornhuskers, one of my favorite players and family friend of mine, also James Palmer Jr., So it's actually one of the most outstanding players in the country. First team Big Ten tournament player this year, 2019 for Nebraska. They didn't get in, unfortunately, but he's definitely one of the players to keep your eye on going into this postseason right now and hopefully the draft. So that's just an abundance of March Madness tournaments going on, man. You got to be able to enjoy that. You got your NBA stuff coming up soon. You know, we're going to talk a little bit more, keep you updated here, you know, all throughout the summer, the springtime, the Sports Page Show, man. Don't go nowhere, man.
My nigga got on. My nigga got all white, no socks. My nigga got that cocaine on today. That's how you feel. Turn my vocal up. That's how you feel, Henry? Turn my vocal up some more. Turn my vocal up, girl. Turn the music up, too. Super Bowl goals. My wife in the crib feeding the kids liquid gold. We in a whole different mode. The kid that used to pitch bricks can't be pigeonholed. I cooked up more chicken when the kitchen closed. We gon' reach a Billy first. I told my wife the spiritual shit really work. Alhamdulillah, I run through them all. Police home, all these phonies come to a halt. All this old talk left me confused. You rather be old rich me or new you? And old niggas, now stop acting brand new like Tupac ain't have a nose ring too. Nobody wins when the family feels, but my stash can't fit in the Steve Harvey suit. I'm clear while I'm here, how about you? Ain't no such thing as an ugly billionaire, I'm cute. Pretty much, if anybody getting handsome checks, it should be us. Fuck rap, crack cocaine, nah we did that. Black owned bangs, 100% black owned champagne, and we merrily eating off these streams. Y'all still drinking Perrier Jouet, but we ain't get through to you yet, What's better than one billionaire? Two, especially if they from the same hue.
Yes, indeedy, man. It's a hard knock life, man. You got to get your paper right now. I want to come back to you, the Sports Page Podcast. That was a little bit of that Hove right there, man. Just letting you know how money talks, man. The NFL free agency has been going around. Just breaking news, I just wanted to come into you right now. Cowboys did sign Randall Cobb, 1-year deal. They actually trying to make some moves in the NFC East. They also were brought in, I think my man Eric Berry for a visit, if I'm not correct. So he's a former all-pro safety. That's somebody that can make some noise, you know. Also, Landon Collins signed with the Washington Redskins. He's a player that changed, you know, teams this year in the NFC East. Giants guy formerly thought he was going to get franchised. Didn't work out for him. Speaking of the Giants, you know, they traded Odell Beckham, Checkham. You know, they definitely made a move that surprised everybody. They're trying to think about the long haul. That's what their GM says. They're thinking it's going to come together once they spread the money around. I think that is something that people have to, you know, give them a chance and let's see how it works out for them. The Eagles made some moves. They got Deshaun Jackson back in the fold. You know, he happy to be back in town in Philly. You know, I'm happy about that as well. You know, back on Broad Street. They signed Malik Taylor from the Jaguars. Also, speaking of the Jaguars, they got a new quarterback, which is Nick Foles. He's got a statue out front at the link, man. So he's definitely a guy that's important to Philly. It was a transition that they had to make. They couldn't hold on to him. So there's been a lot of changes, man, throughout the league. Tannehill's gone from the AFC East. He's moved on to Titans. They backing up Mariota. Now they got Fitzpatrick. Buffalo's made some moves. Cole Beasley. They did some things over there. And, of course, the Browns, man. They the talk of the town. LeBron's gone, but right now you got Odell Beckham there. You got Jarvis, Juice Landry. They doing their things. Also, I can't forget about what's going on over in the Bay. You know what I'm saying? Over in San Fran, Smith. How you feel about your Niners, man? They made some moves. They got Coleman. You know, they got D Ford on the defensive line. He said he's trying to make a change. You know, you got my man Jordan Matthews. What you think, man? Tell me how you feel about your moves.
Well, free agency looking like things looking up. I mean, it's all about what we end up doing with Jimmy G and him recuperating from that ACL injury. I would say that I do like the moves. D Ford improves the D-line and outside pass rusher. Also got Quan Alexander from Tampa Bay. Also got Jason Verrett from out of the L.A. Chargers playing safety. His problem always been staying healthy. He can play, but got to stay on the field. Looking for a turnaround for us this year, man. Tevin Coleman and Breida should be a nice 1-2 tandem in the backfield. We probably going to part ways with Jerry McKinnon. Like, unfortunately, he tore that ACL at the beginning of the season last year, and his money was guaranteed through 1 year, so he may be on the outs. But still feel like we need another receiver, and I still feel like our secondary needs to get repaired sorely. Like, if I'm depending on 30-year-old Richard Sherman to be my lockdown defender, I got problems back there. But do I see improvement? Yes. Do I see us, you know, maybe being 500 this year? Yes. Would I be surprised if we ended up winning 9-10 games? I would, because I don't know what Kyle Shanahan is going to do in his third year to bring this winning culture that we thought he was going to bring through 2 years. He's had a lot of bad luck, but this year 3, and NFL mean not for long. You got to get results, or you'll be on that chopping block like all these other head coaches that end up getting booted out the door. So hoping for the best, you know, and thinking that this may be a full turnaround year for us going forward.
Well, you know, there you have it. You know, Smed broke it down for you from 49ers Nation. You know, he's a big 49ers fan. Been on him for a while, so he knows what's going on over there. I'm going to reach out to him every now and then throughout the season. You know, once again, AB relocated. I think the Steelers situation is going to be very tough. I want to see what Ben Roethlisberger is going to do now that AB's gone. You know, AB had a lot of controversy throughout this offseason. I'm rooting for him. You know, I seen him on the shop. Shout out to LeBron and the shop. I like that segment and that series that's going on there. They talking about a lot of real issues. I'll be talking about it throughout the, you know, throughout my season as well. But I just want to give a look into all these changes that can, you know, make or break a team. We're going to find out. Like I said, we're going to keep you updated. We're going to keep you going. And to touch on another subject here, you know, it's NBA season right now, so we're going to touch on that. LeBron And his team are having a major meltdown right now. There's a debacle going on out L.A. You got the NBA playoffs coming up soon, so everybody's racing to try to get in position for that. The Denver Nuggets are the team that I want to put a spotlight on right now. The Joker, as they call him. Jokic, he's actually playing all-star level. He's been playing throughout the season. They actually won last night. They tied up Golden State. Golden State took an L. So it's going to be a team that's on the rise. I'm not trying to say they're going to upset Golden State, but you got to keep an eye on somebody like Denver. An under-radar team, underdog team, which I definitely like. IT definitely has not been the player that he once was. He could help him out in the playoffs. They gave a tribute to him last night in Boston. That was pretty cool, even though they treated him dirty. But they gave him a little bit of a, shout out last night and a little video tribute. And that was Danny Ainge trying to be sarcastic, in my opinion, because, hey, you really wanted the man, you had plenty of opportunities to bring him back. But overall, LeBron, back on that situation, I was speaking about it earlier to a few Lakers fans. I think I said I told you so to a couple guys who thought they were going to do better. Some guys really, like Smith, I think he was a realist, but it's a couple guys I know, I'm not going to put no names out there, but he definitely thought that it was going to be sweet. And I think that according to the roster that they brought to the table, it just wasn't a good enough roster, man. And not trying to make any excuses for LeBron, but you need shooters. You need different type of athletes, chemistry, and all of the above. You can't just throw a bunch of names together. Lance Stevenson, the guy who blew in his ear, JaVale McGee, who's definitely one of the guys who's been known for not having the highest basketball IQ. Not to knock him, but he was, on a terrible Wizards team at one time. We all know what that was about. Everybody matures. I'm not going to hold it against him, but that just wasn't the best cast of character because Rondo has makes up, his little resume as well. You got the youngsters there, and once those trade rumors came out, it just wasn't a good look for all these, all the guys there, and I think that they just didn't, blend together well. So I think that it's something that they're going to have to work on in the offseason. Magic, Rob Pelinka, all those guys get together and try to figure it out. We're going to figure it out here. Milwaukee's doing their thing. Give a shout out to them in the East. Bradley Beal, hometown love, but the Wiz not going to make it. But those contenders, I feel like Philadelphia, Toronto, Milwaukee. And I think you got to keep an eye on Indiana Pacers, man. Sabonis and those guys been holding it down. They've been playing tough. Matthews, they got, a bunch of guys are scrappy. So they've been playing well. Nate McMillan, Mike Malone, potential candidates for Coach of the Year. So I definitely want, you guys to stay tuned. We're going to come back shortly, wrap this thing up, man, talk a little bit about the boxing, maybe a little bit of baseball, talk about how that money ball is going around. We're going to wrap this thing up, man. It's a sports page, man. Stay tuned.
Trust me, at the top it isn't lonely. Everybody acting like they
Yes, indeedy. Yes. Yes, sir. Shout out to my man Smed. SPC's finest. He came out today represented, man.
Yes, sir.
Big Lakers fan, 49ers fan, Duke fan, man. He having a real good week. Besides the Lakers, he having a real good week. You know, what a week. You know, man. Boxing is a big thing. That's actually coming back strong, man. I'm proud of the weekend that we had with Earl Spence Jr. and Mike Garcia. It was a butt whipping, but I just like to see big events that, live up to people coming out enjoying themselves. I guess it's the fight parties. But shout out to Earl Spence Jr., man. He's been doing his thing, 25-0. I think 21 knockouts, if I'm not correct. He's just, a force to be reckoned with, man. He's doing his thing. Now they're talking about him and Pacquiao getting it on. I don't know if that's a good thing for Pacquiao, but it may be a good thing for cookouts and, get-togethers. Because, they're going to have everybody order in the fight, man. But I think that's not what he wants, and he don't want that smoke. And Pacquiao's a legend, but right now, Earl Spence Jr. is doing his thing. You got a few guys out there, Crawford, Floyd's done, a few other people, and we already know Broner's a joke, man. So I really can't pick too many guys that I think that can handle that dude right now. But he's doing his thing. Like you said, he's still going bad, as a song just played right there by Drake and Meek. But he's definitely a bad man, you know what I'm saying? And you got to enjoy boxing, man. You had your Arab boxers, Ray Leonard, Hopkins, Hagler, Ali, Tyson, man. So every now and then you got a few guys that come through that you recognize greatness on, man. And speaking of greatness, Smed, I know you are, insider on this topic I'm going to bring up right now, baseball. We're going to close it out in a couple of minutes. I might want to get a 1-minute perspective from you real quick. But actually, Mike Trout, man, broke the bank. He's actually trying to finalize a deal from what we hear for $430 million, which will be the richest contract in Northern American sports, basically. So he's going to go back-to-back like him and Drake. What's my man name? Bryce Harper just hit for $330. So they going back-to-back on deals, all guaranteed money. Man, we got to teach our youngers to get out here and play some baseball. I know we love football, basketball. I made a post earlier. But, man, it's lovely, man. Give me about a 30-minute, 40-minute perspective, 30, 40-second perspective on this baseball, man.
Well, I mean, as far as Trout is concerned, man, he's the best player in baseball for those of y'all who don't follow baseball. I know the Angels aren't, the most popular team in baseball, but if you check his numbers and you look, you go through your Googles and do what you do, he's the best 5'2" player in baseball, man. Defensively, hitting the ball, he's stealing bases. I mean, he does it all now. As far as in terms of baseball as a whole, we got to start encouraging our youth to start playing baseball. I mean, look at what you're talking about. This man about to get $35.8 million for the next 12 years. His contract don't expire until the end of next year. Like, I don't want y'all to think he's still playing off a $20 million deal right now. He'll be getting that kicking in 2020. So all that to say is, man, we encourage the kids to play the basketball and the football, and that's cool because that's what's in our areas and the urban hoods and all, but man, we got to take time out to, broaden our horizons to show these kids, man, that baseball is the way. You can sit on the bench and become a certified millionaire for 10 years, man. Average salary in baseball coming in at about $1.2 million just to be on the bench, man. Keep that in perspective in the long run when you're taking your young enough to run and shoot or to the outdoor course or to that football field, man. Go ahead and get that baseball bat and that glove from Modell's and work with them.
There you have it, my man Smed, SPC's finest. No knock on those other two sports, man, because we love football, we love basketball, but just letting you know there's other outlets out there. Like I said, I want to give a shout out to the DC Grays, my man Brad, Jabari, Antonio Scott. Y'all all doing your thing out there. DC Grays is an organization that's took the name from the Negro League, took it and carried it on. They're actually doing a lot of great things. Check out dcgrays.com. And, I keep you updated about things they're doing throughout the summer. Free baseball, they bringing it to you, man. Also, I got a buddy of mine, Steve, who's doing soccer so as well. So I'm not trying to just shine on one sport. Just want to let you know, man, there's many outlets for us, man. All right? This is a Sports Space Show, man. We're coming back to you strong throughout the spring and the summer. It's that time of year. All right? Let's do it.